spitballs and things like that. When I remember for years, people always said Nolan Ryan and Mike Scott, the great Nolan Ryan and a awesome pitcher Mike Scott were cheating. Never got caught, but it's always part of the drama, man. Why are we tripping? Catfish Hunter was cheating. Look, man, I'm old school. I'm from the line of thinking. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. So if you're not cheating, you're not trying. Is my moniker. Hey, if you get caught cheating, then it sucks to be you. But I'm still gonna rock with you because you were trying to entertain me. Just like I'm not angry with the steroids people. You could be angry with the steroids, guys, but guess what? Hey, maybe I'm Neanderthal in my thinking. Maybe I'm not looking at it in a positive light. And I know it's the kids. Well, you know what? I have kids too. And I talk to my kids. So my kids don't do my very best to have them keep their stupidity and their stupid actions at a minimum. So if Barry Bonds uses steroids or Sammy Sosa uses steroids or whoever uses steroids, I believe pitchers are using steroids too. Don't nobody want to talk about the pitchers. But if they're using steroids to entertain me, I'm going to tell my child, hey man, he put his life at risk. Now, it's cool if you want $1 million, but hey, I don't know if you should do that, and show your kids the results of more times than not use of steroids, the Lyle Alzados of the world, and things of that nature. So when you think about this is the more than likely result, and Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens and Sammy Sosa and so forth and so on. Those are just like how difficult it is to get in the major leagues. That's how difficult it is to beat that steroid thing. But anyway, man, now it's time to enter the dark ages. I gotta go racial. I'm going racial every week, man. I'm going racial every week. But this is an interesting thing. If you are familiar with the world of baseball, then you know the game called the World Baseball Classic. This is when each and every country on the face of the earth that baseball is being played organizes a team, and they all get together and play against each other. The reason I like it is not because I'm such a baseball fan, and I am, but it allows you to see how other people celebrate in baseball. And the Central American and Latin American teams, as usual, they boogie, man. They enjoy the game. It's one of the reasons I watch. Like when you watch the Dominican Republic games, you watch the Puerto Rican games, you watch the Central American games. Man, they are enjoying this like it is a game. I'm not talking about that aspect of it. Jerry Manuel, former manager of the Chicago White Sox and Philadelphia Phillies and a couple other stops that he's had along the way, he made a recommendation. I really wish it was more people in the chat or more active people in the chat, because I would like to see how the chat room responds to this. Jerry Manuel said, if you really want to get African Americans into Major League, into baseball again, and if that's truly your goal, how about this? Give African Americans their own team, aside from the United States. And then it would trigger interest in the African American community. And once you have interest in the African American community, you will reinvigorate our interest in baseball, and then we can reintegrate and make the game a more universal game. Since I got Rough Buff and I got Red in the chat room, I'm going to ask y'all, what do y'all think about that, man? What are you guys' thoughts on that? It's a very interesting concept. There's two ways to look at it, though. If you look at it one way, you can go, hey, yeah, that would be dope. And then brothers will get back into baseball because, as Rob Parker said earlier this week and other people have said, this isn't a game that our community did not play. We do have, I got a response. I got a quick response. I'm not sure about that. What are you not sure about? This is a game that at one point, people that look like me and you and other, people from our community, we really enjoyed this game. You got Hank Aaron, you got Willie McCovey, you had Reggie Jackson, Darryl Strawberry, Tim Raines, Herbie Brooks. You got 1,000,001 brothers who were into baseball at one. It may work to the Fringe fans. Please expound. I'm not sure about that because, see, there's two ways to look at this. Some of your greatest baseball players in the history of the world, Dave Winfield, Jeffrey Leonard, Barry Bonds, Ken Griffey Jr., they all come from our community. But What about but what they're trying to do is revigorate baseball in the black community. That's what they're saying. They're trying to get new fans in the community. See, it's easy to have people maintain a viewership. I'm a baseball fan. Others are baseball fans. That's not the issue. They are not trying to maintain, because if you're a baseball fan, you are going to enjoy the game. What they're trying to do, Red, is to get people who are not familiar with the game more familiar. They want people who will traditionally go to basketball, traditionally go to football, or what have you. Take a peek over at baseball, because we're fun too. And one way to engage a community is to give them a team. The thinking, I believe, is solid. I believe it is solid thinking, because one of the reasons I, as a young person, engaged in baseball is because I'm left-handed. And I know that has nothing to do with my culture, but being a left, I would like to see a change in anything that brings more fans in our community. It's worth a try. Okay. What I'm saying is this. I'm left-handed. And being a left-handed person makes you an outsider, no matter what culture you're in. Now, wasn't a lot, you didn't see a lot of left-hand basketball players. You really can't tell. You can't tell if somebody left-hand football player. But guess what? Reggie Jackson was left-handed. Rod Carew was left-handed. Steve Garvey, if I'm not mistaken, is a left-hand ball player. So when you're looking at Steve Garvey and you're looking at Reggie Jackson and other prominent ball players, you're going, oh, they're left-handed, just like me. So I'm going to play that game. So if you see people from your culture who are also left, look like you, and they're playing the game and they're having fun, then of course you will acquiesce. That's the thinking behind it. My only issue is baseball is a relatively expensive sport. Baseball is not a relatively expensive sport. It's a very expensive sport. You have to buy bats. You have to buy balls. You have to buy equipment. You have to buy bases and things of that nature. A lot of people will sit back and say, oh, you can get it from here. You can get it from there. You can get it from here. Yeah, you can get it from the used places. That's true. That's a true indeed. That's an actual line of thinking. And I don't have a problem with it. I grew up with baseball on the field, so I have love for the game. But I think maybe if I started with more support on a financial level, it may... Exactly. That's their line of thinking as well, Red. If you are in a situation to whereas you see more people engaged that look like you, you'll be more apt to try the game. And if you're more apt to try the game, then it looks like fun. If it looks like fun, then you attract people. But back to my point, I think it would be more interesting. Well, it would be more accessible. Angry Black Man, what's good, man? You know what, Angry Black Man, I'm gonna present the situation to you too. Angry Black Man, welcome to the show, as always. Now, and don't forget, y'all, man, tomorrow Angry Black Man is in the building, making a dope ass show. It's gonna be dope. Now, Angry Black Man, Jerry Manuel mentioned that one way to increase interest in Major League Baseball or baseball as an entity into our community is during the World Baseball Classic, give African Americans their own team. We will create a fan base on our own, and then you will have children and young adults wanting to be a part of that team. We will re-engage with baseball, and it will reinvigorate the interest in baseball as a whole, but especially it'll repopulate our community into Major League Baseball. To that you say what? And I'll finish my thought and then read your response. Like I was saying, Red, the thing is, until you can get someone to play something. Look, it's easy to say, oh, well, you could do it like this and it's easy. But you know what? I can turn on my TV almost 7 days a week and see somebody dribbling the basketball and dunking the basketball, and they look just like me. I can turn on my TV almost 7 days a week and see somebody doing something with a football, and they look just like me. And they sound like me. And they come from places that I come from. The problem is when you look at baseball, Yeah, Big Papi, he look like me, but Big Papi speaks Spanish. Manny Ramirez, he looks like me, but he doesn't sound like me, and that's what that's what a disconnect is. I can see naysayers with the segregation BS, but do they see their own? And exactly. It is a need to see people who look like you doing these things. Boxing, you see people who look like you and sound like you. So the thing is, one of the people I had a conversation with this about, they was like, hey, well, in third world countries, they're doing it. But you know what? There are baseball camps set up in those places. And when you have a baseball camp set up in a place, you are introducing this at a primary level. See, when baseball is potentially your only way out, of course you'll engage. But if I'm living on the west side of Chicago, south side of Chicago, I got basketball. If I'm living in Compton and Watts, I got basketball. I got football. These are things that are handed to me. A bat might cost you $25. A ball costs you a couple of dollars. A glove costs you a couple of dollars. Now you got to find somebody to play with you. But a basketball, you can get good at basketball all by yourself. Okay, I know the fact that a lot of white baseball fans are secretly not happy with Latin players. This is true. I mean, but you know what we talking about? That is the case with everything, man. You're gonna have the racial aspect, and I don't give a damn if it's a chess team. If you watch real sports, it's probably this guy in St. Louis built one of the greatest chess foundations in the world. There's some racial things in there. So I'm not even addressing these haters in the world. But you're right, Red. There are some people that are jealous of the Latin ball players and things of that nature. So you are 1,000% right. Definitely. Now, angry black man. Definitely the right. There not enough of us playing, so it would help. My old college roommate was big time high school prospect. He signed with the Arkansas. Exactly. Oh, so you down with it? But like angry black man say he's down with. He think it will help. Yeah, but Red, you know what? Damn the haters. I like the idea of angry black man and need to help. Yeah, man, that's the thing. You have to have something introduced to you. You have to be engaged, because you know what? I'll use something as basic as hip hop music. Hip hop music has been in mainstream America's face for about 34, 35 years. I would say 1984 started hitting mainstream America in the face. Since then, big time white rappers, I'm gonna take it from here and go back. Machine Gun Kelly, Eminem, Snow, Third Base, and the Beastie Boys. Those are, so you know why? It's a ton of white kids rapping. It's a few white kids rapping, but they don't see a lot of them doing it, so they're not really engaging like that. Now there's a ton of white producers. There's a ton of white DJs and things like that, but it ain't a lot of white rappers. Because when you see somebody that looks like you, you'll engage. So we have to. But the question is, okay, here come the pro-black side, the H-Rap-B side of the game. When you got the H-Rap-B side of the game, here it is. What about the guy that says this? Why would y'all ready? Why would we reintegrate after they give us our own team and we create our own league? That's always going to be the flip side of that. Because at the end of the day, that is a possibility. So it's a conundrum. I don't think it's ever going to happen. But it is an interesting way to look at it. I wish it was more people. I may bring this up on the Saturday show on the X Squad Radio. Remember, y'all, I'm going to send y'all out a link. X Squad Radio. You can always follow your boy at the end of the bench. THAENDOFDABENCH. The end of the bench. Like the Bears, the bench. You can follow me on Twitter. You can do that on Facebook.